Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Leanna and I'm a full-time reseller. And honestly, for the past week, 2 weeks, I have not felt like doing my business at all. I wanted to step away, back away, take a vacation, spend the day in bed, whatever. I just did not feel like doing the jobs I needed to do for my business. And it kind of hit me out of the blue because everything was going well. The sales were okay for the month of May. I was doing some things, going out of my comfort zone a bit and growing. It was really good. And as you may know, last week I had some issues with my video editor and it was frustrating beyond measure. I had gotten a new computer, which is making my life so much easier. But then my video editor wouldn't export and it wouldn't upload to YouTube properly, and it was just frustrating. I was close to tears because I couldn't figure it out, and that's not normal for me. Normally it's like, okay, I can't figure this out right now. It is frustrating, but I'm just going to walk away. I'm going to do something else, and I'm going to come back to it when I have a fresher mind. That is normally what I would do. But it really hit me, and I knew then, it's like, okay, something's not going on right. You need to walk away. You need some downtime. Take that time. Do some nice things for yourself. Breathe and, get out of this business space and go into more of a downtime space. That is the first thing I do when I come up to this mindset of frustration and lack of motivation. So I just take some downtime. With this business, we are open 24/7. Depending on what platform you sell on, you're selling to different countries. You're selling definitely to different time zones. And we could be doing business every day, all day, if we really wanted to. I am a huge advocate of downtime. I shut my phone off during the night. Like, my notifications are gone. I do not deal with Poshmark, eBay, any of that after, say, 8:30 at night, and those don't get turned back on until I've had my first cup of coffee the next morning. That is me. That works for me. I don't want to be available 24/7. To me, that is like going into a regular job and doing your 8-hour shift, but being on call for the next 16 hours, all day, every day. And for me, that just spells burnout. So I don't want to do that. So I have built in some, precautions so that I don't end up in that area. But for some reason, I was still ending up in there. I don't know what it was. It's maybe because I put these rules or boundaries in place, and you're not going to make everyone happy with that. I sold somebody, I forget what it was, to be honest with you, and I got a 3-star review because of seller responsiveness. And I was like, okay, what is going on here? And I figured out, because there was no conversation between us, there was no questions asked, there was nothing. And what it was is, I live here in Ontario, which is Eastern Standard Time, and they live in Vancouver, or BC, which is Pacific Standard Time. And so there's 3 hours difference. This person made an offer on whatever it was, but it was like after I had turned my phone off. So it might have been 9 o'clock their time, but that would have been midnight for me. I got up in the morning, accepted the offer. So between the time the offer was made and the time the offer was accepted was probably at least 6 hours. And I mean, there's a time difference, right? I'm not up at midnight. Even if I was up at 9:30, I wouldn't have necessarily gotten that notification. So, but she was mad about that, and I was like, okay, that's a little bit much for me, and it set me off, You can't please everybody. I know this, and it didn't bother me. It frustrated me because I try to put boundaries in place, and then this person is mad about that. it just took me a while. I had to take a step back from that, because normally those types of things, when I can't fix an issue, if I get a review and someone says, oh, this happened, or there was this mark and I didn't know about it and I hadn't, discovered that flaw, then I could have fixed that. You know what I mean? But with something like this, it's like, no. And normally it's water off a duck's back. It's nothing. I just sort of go, okay, and go on. But it frustrated me. So I knew then I really needed downtime. So I took a day, and except for looking at questions or responding to offers, I didn't do anything with my business. I did not list, I did not share, I did nothing. Because I needed to step away from the whole thing and sort of recenter myself. So you know what? I spent a day, I did some gardening, I read a book, it was wonderful, I loved it, and I came back at it. So I came back at it, but I did it slowly. I didn't just jump right in to get overwhelmed again. I listed a couple of things. I took some photos of a few things, and I kept it very simple. That seemed to be working quite fine. Start small. Take that downtime because everybody needs it, and then start back small if you need to. You do not need to keep up to anybody else with your business. Your business is your business. So stop comparing yourself to that person that does 100 listings a day, or that person that does 50, or that person that makes this many sales. Just stop. It's difficult, but stop. Know what you want out of your business, and as long as you're doing what you need to be doing, it doesn't matter what anybody else is doing. So with that being said, stay away from social media for a couple of days, especially if it's just not helping you at the moment. So downtime, start small, stay away from social media, stay away from comparing yourself to anybody else. That is really, really key in this business. The other thing that you can do is maybe go about your routine just a little bit differently. Have you ever heard the saying, a change is as good as a rest? This is true. So for instance, today, everything that I would normally do in the afternoon on a Thursday, I'm doing in the morning on a Thursday. And everything that I would normally do Thursday morning, I'm doing in the afternoon. Just to see if it gives me a bit of a perspective change, just to open my eyes to something different. So that is what I'm doing today. I feel much better today. So I'm hoping that this really ignites my fire again to get to do the tasks I have to do. The last thing I want to talk about is remembering your why. Remember why you're doing this business. And that is only a question you can answer. I can't tell you why you're doing it. Your parents can't tell you why you're doing it. Your kids can't. Your husband or wife or spouse cannot tell you why you're doing this. Only you know why you're doing this. For me, I am doing this because I never want to be in the position of having to work for another person again. I don't want to be an employee ever again in my lifetime. It's just what I want. Throughout my life, I've had really good jobs, good bosses, good companies to work for, but I've also had a couple of questionable bosses or crappy, companies to work for. So I don't want to ever be in that position. But in order for me to really realize that, to refocus on my why, what happened was this. Here in Ontario, we're having an election beginning of June. I have worked elections before. I've worked at the polls, and I've enjoyed it immensely. It's simple, and it's good money. So we're having one here in June. I've applied to be a poll clerk because I enjoy doing it, and it gets me out in the community. And since we're still relatively new, I thought it would be a good thing. Fine, so I got a call. They hired me. They wanted me to go to training. Which I know, yep, that's what you have to do. You get paid for training. It's cool. So yesterday, I had training scheduled. So I had to be somewhere for 9:45 in the morning, and it was about approximately 3 hours or so. So first of all, I didn't know when I was going to get out of there, so I didn't like that. And number two, it's like, oh, but at 10 o'clock I would rather be doing this instead. But you know, this is what you have to do when you have a job, right? So I go to the training, I sign in, I go sit in the classroom. The instructor is fun, you know, she's down to earth, she's funny. The people I'm surrounded with are funny, they're you know, we're having a good time, it's fine. There were a couple of people that were asking totally unnecessary questions, and it was annoying because it was like, okay, we've been here long enough, this information does not take long to grasp, it's easy. And I was being a little judgy about it, to be honest with you, because I just wanted to be out of there, which is my own issue, not the person asking the question. But it made me realize I don't want to be in that position again. I don't want to be at the beck and call of somebody else. Somebody else telling me that, no, you can't leave yet because I have to teach everybody the same stuff, even though I know this stuff. And it really hit home when I got home yesterday. It's like, yeah, I didn't like that. I didn't like being scheduled to be somewhere that I didn't necessarily, I don't want to say want to be, because I want to be there because I want to do this. But I didn't have a lot of choices in the matter. So somebody else determining what I do with my time is not something I like. And it really hit home yesterday. So that helped me remember why I do this business. And for me, that has helped immensely with my motivation. If I just keep that in the back of my head, it's like, yes, I'm going to go take some pictures today. I'm going to list today. And you know, I'm still going to start a little bit small because I don't want to get overwhelmed. But my outlook today is that much better. It also helps. I have not been feeling physically 100%, you know, since Monday. I don't know what's going on, but I feel better today. So physically taking care of yourself helps your motivation as well. And that's about it for today. I want to leave you with a couple of things. When or if you ever feel this way, always take a step back, take a little bit of downtime. Don't give up completely, or don't make any major decisions when you're feeling this way, because those decisions might be a little skewed. So just remember that. That's about it. Take care of yourself, and hopefully that will take care of your business. That sounded a little dorky, but apparently that's what I'm doing now. I'm going to be dorky with you guys. Anyway, so that's it for today. I am off to the office in a little bit to take some photos, yay, and get some things listed because I'm excited about a few things that I did get. And actually, when I'm at the office, maybe I'll take a little haul video and show you what I got last week when I wasn't feeling 100%. Okay, that's it for today. I hope everybody has a fantastic weekend. It is the long May weekend here in Ontario, here in Canada. So we have a 3-day weekend, which is nothing to us resellers, right? Because, well, our full-time resellers, because we always work. But we're taking some downtime this weekend. It is our anniversary, so we will be going out for dinner. I'm excited about that. Until next time, everybody, thumbs up, hit subscribe if you feel like sticking around, and I'll see you next time. Bye.